Hi. Oh, goodness. My name is Kellyanne Matiskevitz, and if this is your first time watching a video of mine, please say hi and post any questions that you have below. I was been so I can't even talk. I've been up since. Hey Jeff, hey Erica. I have been up since 4:30 this morning getting downloads. And I was thinking, I'll do a live when I get my Christmas gear on, when I'm all dressed up and I've done my hair. But no, I'm here out of Pilates class and I'm sharing what's coming through for the energy sensitives and the heart-based entrepreneurs and the artists and the empaths. Hey Al, hey Karen, hey Phyllis. And, especially this time of year when you're going to be around a lot of people. Hi, Karen. Did I say that already? And so the thing that is getting in the way of you not breaking through to your next level are underlying agreements that you have with other people. So what happens is that you decide you want to make a change. You want to be a different person. You want to show up differently. You want to share your art more. You want to start, embracing more of who you are as an artist and a healer and sharing that out in the world and sharing your message and growing beyond perhaps the family limitations, perhaps beyond your community limitations, maybe even some of your friendships or even like your culture. Right? And so it's like what happens is that as you start to change and who you are maybe a little bit different from what other people expect you to show up as or how do you behave or what you believe, people start to get uncomfortable. Now, especially when your beliefs or your changes has an impact on the relationships close to you, right? So let's say that not only are you changing and allowing yourself and your essence and your energy to be more of an expression and share more of who you are, but maybe that also means that you are creating different boundaries with people in your life. Maybe you're putting up, boundaries about the way that you want to be spoken to, the way that you want to interact, the way that you want to spend time or not spend time with people, right? And so what happens is that as you start to shift, the people that are closest to you or in your field, they start to shift. They start to feel your shift, right? This could be not only friends and family, but relationships or even ex-partners. There's many times where I would be doing work on a client, doing clearing work and clearing out, ex's energies. And then immediately after the session, the person will call them or reach out in some kind of way. And so that's where we get these opportunities to make choices from a different, from that expanded space, right? From that next level space of having boundaries, having clarity about who we are, like having unveiled, the walls and the curtains that maybe you've been hiding behind. And so the reason why you don't break through to that next level is that because, hey Danny, hey Ray, the reason why you don't get to that next level is because of the underlying commitments you have. So when you start to change and people around you start to notice and they start to change, this could even be clients. You might lose clients, but the clients that you lose, you're actually being prepared to align with more clients that are in alignment with who you are. And so it's like the reason why you're not getting to that next level is because of the underlying agreements that you have with others. The other underlying agreements that you have about the way that you'll behave or how you interact. There are, even energetic contracts, we could say, that you have with other people, right? We bring people into our lives to help us evolve, to help us grow, to help us change, right? So whether that person is in your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime, how you'll know that you're being held back from your next level based on how you feel and what your life looks like, right? Because if you feel like you're doing and nothing is happening, you've got to go inside and see what am I choosing over what I really want for myself? Because so many times we have these underlying agreements, we have these energetic contracts with other people, and it's like it's from childhood conditioning, it's from programming that we, especially sensitives and empaths and those that are heart-based, is like, we've taken on roles of processing other people's stuff that they didn't have the capacity to process or they didn't want to process. So then when you start to make these shifts and changes, it may stir up something in you about wanting to continue to belong, wanting to continue to be the good person, wanting to, show up in the behaviors that others expect you to. And it's a lot of times this is on such a subconscious level because we've developed these underlying programs and patterns and ways of behavior so that we could fit in, so that we could belong. Right? So we take on other people's stuff, we process other people's energy. And so when you're going to take your next level and everything under the surface starts to shift, the comfort level is actually the uncomfortable space of doing all the stuff that's actually holding you back. So I'm bringing this to your attention now so that as you're moving into holiday celebrations and you're being with family, start to really pay attention to what pattern do I fall into? Like, do I close myself down? Do I hide who I am? Do I actually leave feeling not so good? Have I brought home other people's energies with me? Because what I will tell you right now is that the next level leaders and of where we're headed in shifts in consciousness and the evolution of who we are as superhumans is from those that are energetically sensitive, those that are heart-based and not so much empathic, because, and I'll talk about this another time, but empathic, like being able to sense what's going on for other people but not take it on. And I'm going to leave it with this. Is that really, so the third point or so around when you're paying attention during this holiday season is really pay attention. Do I take on other people's stuff? And it's not even about you need to protect yourself. It's really so much about, I check on my feels and I see where I'm at and I see where I'm vibing, right? And I see what I'm letting in and interacting with. But when we start saying we have to protect ourselves, it's there's something that we need to fear, right? There's something that we have to be afraid of. And so it's really just about keeping your energetic vibration high, keeping your energetic body strong. Because as I said, as we're moving into the evolution that we're all headed towards, especially the sensitives and the empathic entrepreneurs, you're bringing in new. You're bringing in the next level. You're bringing in the new message. You're bringing in the new art. You're bringing in the new healing. And it's going to come from beyond language. We're moving into more and more how it's going to be so much about energy. And you're already energy sensitive. And that's when I talk about superhumans, is that you're so much more in touch with beyond what's going on in this physical being. You're really starting to get a hint that you are a channel of energy and consciousness. And so by these practices of really paying attention of some of your old behaviors and habits of ways that you've been taking on energy and processing it for others because of wanting to belong, wanting to be the good person, or, having been conditioned to do it for other people. Once you start to have that awareness, you have such this other level of sovereignty. Okay. So again, it's not about anybody's bad or wrong. Just understand that as you start to shift, other people will shift, and don't get caught up in that. You might get pulled into it, come back and just be your strong sovereign self and really just choose. One more last thing. With empaths, so often I hear people say, "Oh, I take on so much energy. I take on so much energy," and it can be easy. That's my magic right there, is finding ways that things can be easy. And so it really comes down to a choice. It comes down to a choice of just deciding that I'm not going to take on anybody's energy. I'm not going to process anybody's energy. And you have that power, you have that strength. And it's just about a choice. Now, the only thing that will get in the way of those choices are those underlying agreements that I spoke about and those energetic contracts. And, and the fears that are underlying about really being your sovereign being, and how that will affect other people. Because if you are sensitive and you are empathic, you are aware of what other people are feeling. And a lot of you take on responsibility for other people's feelings that are not yours. And that's just another way that you keep yourself back from breaking through to the next level. All right, I'm done. Merry Christmas Eve. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching the replay, leave your comments below. I will check back later. Wanted to let you know that Unveiled is open until December 31st. It is 6 weeks of one-on-one with me where we're going to identify your superpower. We're going to up level your magnetization energy. We're going to up level your vibrational frequency. Included in that is the breakthrough activation throughout the period of time that we're together, and you have 24/7 access to me to continue the evolution of who you are and unveiling all of who you are, and feeling confident and fearless and just claiming it, because so often I see that, it's my lesson that I'm taking away from this year, which is probably being a 15-year lesson, is that just because I can see other people's superpowers doesn't mean that they're ready to see it. And I've gotten banged in the head and burned too much of come on, because people are resisting it. So why am I sharing that with you? Well, because the work that I do really does attract those that are really ready. And if you're really ready to just fearlessly be who yourself, claim your superpowers, how you show up in the world, how your mind works, how your art works, how your healing is expressed, and let go of all the stories and the limitations that are telling you that you're not enough, or you need another certification, or that you don't look a certain way, or you don't have what the other person has, then let's do some work together, because that is my superpower, plucking that stuff out and amping up your vibe to just really be fully embodied in all of who you are and all of the magic, and letting it be fun and easy. All right, if you know anybody that could benefit from this video, please do share it with them, because as we're going to the holidays, I would love to hear that just in your own choice of not wanting to take on other people's energies and being aware of the patterns that you may have subconsciously fallen into in the past and how this has totally helped you. I would love to hear it. Come back in here. Hi, Hector. Come back in here and leave me a message. And other than that, happy holidays, happy new year. And yeah, if you're ready to be unveiled, message me.